Okay, ne 25th of July. No, your count 13th Nananka finance minister. Na was say Obano the media budget review no brain. Na bibin tunes na sada na so na IMF funds be share no. No ombewie. Aja mo asusu na omo edin community. Say ye twen na 25th. Nti na 25th nti ahwie be free be say no do alcohol bia na ye say opanu ne hom popo ye be pie o parliament na obaba be chere say the sikasem sitie and as first time I'm for nkomo omuni omudi no say the si ekoye say the sikasem sitie say the etimi anya kwan e fa so spending no ene say kwa emefa de ene kire de ne wo e de my hope ben ne wo my o sikasem na e be hwe say ra kanu frata ebe oboso de akire e o parliament na ya tibi ya betena ha enso so atie ni mpanimfo Mpensenmpensenmu na yehu kwan a ye de ebe fa so na eno nso so akire no Professor Mills call no krechi ye enra na ye 10th anniversary and I say mfie du pepepe Asundwe Park the renovation any the Kofa ba kokoni do ho reho nyoma woto ni Professor Mills 10th anniversary said they see ekoe no so ho asem e bedi nkomo kakra e de afa ho penifo ma je pene say omne e bedi nkomo Kofi Tonto government spokesperson. He's a member of the government communication team can you call America or no anana me find so information minister or de magana nti Kofi oha na eni bidi nkomo na oko Buem constituency so a can member of parliament he say ono ni Ashiamah tresofo NDC Ashiamah tresofo ne John Mahama Ashiamah tresofo na no si ni book ba ko ne bible ba ko ayira but nyame adom ne nsa aka foforo ono nso so ewa nti mamu nyina kwa ba compile foforo mamu nyina kwa ba ba cho bibia e boko de Kofi
na
ye to aba wie me hu
dabi member to aba wie le member
oh okay na cha say France minister dey say 1 p.m. Okay. Instead of 10 a.m. now me kan 1 p.m. instead of 10 a.m. we dey Mr. Mufanche Govina Sunday now utimi to fast in the park
dabi eno adement
went me anko but what call here
mintimi nko say me nyamre na me ko me nyahu enclave area kra sheda wo biasa
oh say hoye osuana okay so castle independence square
okay sure so me make it time in fact and mewo sa area ho I'm sure say I just say I mean so might be to the public there
I'm sure because no honor jumade no kodi I'm Kofi akoko pictures na dey
and me all that area ho me fa ho na makohwe ba bia
ba won foni na
who pictures are
kokoko no and you're very different from the pictures are so
but it's good to also be there physically.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Nti ye be ko na yakwa akohwe I think say idea so ani say ye mampani a wa free mu be say mfiedu ni no aban ane the Atamils Institute be come mutra bom aye bibia esefata omampani no se be esmo be sum o my Ghana esefata se ye de nkai dum edema no niema hu ye kakra abansam no ho de but I think say enye bibia se ye de adwene koso bebre I think say de hia titru ene say ya ye bibia esefata se ye mampani ye papa ya de nyina omampani a onya ne ba bi ko yewura John Evans Atamils ye be ma no krabia esefata omampani na me ba na meti abranti bi a okasa wo radio so ai na komodin na ade na yenye aduane ni na yekoye omampani yekoye ba bidia mompani amfasika ne mankofo nto aduane na make us look oman bia ni ho a ye de yafunko na chechire oman bibia o ya oman nkai dum oman no abakosem ba bi oman ne ko ne sanema ni nyina ya de ehihia Ti se omampanya apart from so obey omampanya yenra John Evans Tamil sacrificing a life for the nation. Ti se fa bibi ketwa bi e de ahye nanimonyama menyi ni se samre na eso bi beka se commodern da bi ene eto da bi wo ha enema bi wo ha na ne ka no enye fe papa entimi de nigi sema me si aye bibi e de akai omampany dada na ye be hye yenuanom omampany dada busua for titiri yenua Samuel Tamils ne Koku anyida ho so mo ntnase na mo hwe kwan a mo befa so aka nsam no na hoye ni dede ye ni achinwa hyew any atemdidie ni threats. I mean, I heard one MP making threats on TV say Kwaku pa o mehia no ho obehu de beto no ne sa ne emwa Omampany Akufo-Addo kan o say I was one of the fierce critic of President Jonathan Mills, but sabe ye nyina ye mudodo na ye Africa for ye Ghana for yamamre ne amane a kire se so obi free mu a ye nka na chi asembone nti sa woni nipa no kra wo disagreement a emra wa free mu a onni kasa obetimi defend no ho no ye nka nipa no ho
in fact the ntia nipa kra ya ade a ye kan se episode
yes
but when he is no more the obeye no na okan papa no na kan na oni opportunity bi o so obe right all the wrongs
precisely
ntino so kwa the obey no na concentrate
on yes anti pato I think say it is in order investment aban no aye no is in order ehun hia sa aban no ye be invest in monuments and other things ye de be ma oman no asipi ne de akaye history ne ba bi ayeko ni nyina ka ho bi ne de chekere oman enti mebo Omampany Akufo-Addo abaso mebo yenra Kwaku anyida ho nso abaso mi hu se ekire no yenra President Mahama nso ko ho ne NDC fo nso koye omo nso small celebration be in honor of President
that is one thing na nyanika
say almost separating okay me I don't know the reason why almost separating but whatever it is no I think say ABA they wanted to commemorate the place so what I say na ABA we are enuanom NDC for so abeyomo there but senior TBA no when
what I heard was when we canopy and they had to dismantle them NDC for so had to go and you know
who dismantled them.
I mean we had issues like that
okay I mean nina bounce to the fact say when kakra bi da omo da at Tamils Institute na no ene yenuanom NDC for no omo ntem I think say mroye kakra ba wo enurade ni mu no yensua bibi mfrim se na be anyame ya adoma afie da yenim no se mredu se kokai Omampany dada these differences we can eschew them and focus on the unity and the peace that the man stood for na yenhwe kwan abetimi afaso esua bibi free Omampany dada na bakosem ne nim dia ode bebo oman I mean ye won kofo bebre ne omoboa Ghana opanyin na kire omade so he was a professor he taught so many people were contributing immensely. Me, I was one of the people who criticized him. So I say, but me so ent na hankase opinion wa nye bibi amwa o mine. So I say, ebeye asemu a enye fe. Enti me de me free said differences when you yen tuning na yen show opinion no enumunyam. Why ne dia ma o my Ghana o se fata se ebebo no ho ka ne apeja ne din ama wiase ne Ghana afa na nyina no obia hu ne mfaso dia o de beboa o man no pato
Asamba Trafsofo Prof 10th anniversary
medical achatie for ne ahwefo ne nyina ne wankasa pato ene me nua Tonto me chia obia ampa endra na ye emfie edu ye papa late President Thomas Kofi. I remember vividly well that day. I was working with this company, Polytank Police. We call lunch and sana. I said, no, bye, Charlie. But even by that, I was not an MP. I just left the food. because because papa no say na obom body eye ejuma time ya no president na brabo ni nyina esese Ghana fo adisia juma obeyeye Ghana fo hu kra say papa yari but papa no anda at the end mu blame this mu na mu force no say onye juma. Yes, once he's the president, will you say that the president should not work? The president must work. And what Chres has zeal. So even if the body is weak, the spirit is willing. And he worked hard. You be kind of in several ways. Because time about Akunjansu, I say na Ghana from hippie crown ne bete. Tall debt ne daho. Single spine, naba. And the commodity prices in the world market fall here. When he managed to sell, and which in Adum Sosa Baye, he has been able to steer the affairs of this nation. In which case, and you say, you ever can say, why president keke, but a Juma waye, a Juma ni day. In the Okovo you has, you ever kind University of Health and Allied Science. You ever kind papa. And as long as that university continues to expand and grow, we will forever remember him. Or change this policy of technical universities. 30 years. So polytechnics Ghana no, we should move them into technical universities to accommodate the students, give them that technical knowledge. Middle level managers of the economy. He did so. And while he was looking at the top, was about from schools under 3. That was his policies. Schools under 3. Yes, CC schools, these basic schools. Me area crying be sa. And now Safri was bekai about this saying, Honorable Ko Vanderpool. They managed to take off the shift system. Krumha, Anka, basic schools, primary GSS. How were they able to take this off? To put up infrastructure in the cities, to make sure, say, in Koda is someone kwewiano, ombenya baby, and that system was stopped. We will remember him. Yebesa kaino, in the kwa, so first now in kwa fair court, ufuru krana office danu bebubu, and then she danya, Mpensenmpensenmu, that the late Atamos, Accra High Court in the kwa, it meets international standard. Or masu ediaseho ediamaganafo. And that building there, uko air conditioner system no cry. And only Supreme Court to cry enyepe. That is the vision. Or that was the vision. Atuabu gas or chassis and the Mahama be that we found oil. We should look at the way we can use some of the byproducts. It is a gas when say flame and sana to oil. And now I treat oil. You know, besides the gas, no, you have flame, no go we musa. In there, say Ghana 100% gas sufficient. We are around 70%. And that is very good. Ebuase, mbrantie, anye juma, eyo. And ebuase, whether it is industrial sector, transport sector, and a domestic sector, gas have friend gas there. Yesusu ye will be. You see here they say answan ansana be kwa krabi. This is the handiwork of Atamos. And now some move free wa. Ubon say what leadership send obedi o man enim nukredie. Besi ne Atamos wuye. Obi anka say oye corrupt. Nobody has said so. Ni critics ni nyina say Professor Dulite or the Osu Castle, prayer camp.
But if a president is a prayerful president, don't you think it is good? It is very good. And no look at his surprise visit to the customs at Temahabo. And he appealed to them. That is it. Inti omampenya otumitina says no. Baby asikano free no. Sikano susogu from. Ana susogu amam from utum. Enko kura eye Ghana kura. Nka edibenya sikadi aye juma. Otu anamako ho. By that time I make a choice me ye juma politan polisax no. You know, Oma transfer some of the custom officers. Free harbor edia by a factory ho. Say we have a bonded warehouse. So Mpensenmpensenmu ankasa. They came there and some of them were complaining. Oh, baby mo habo ye juma. Omo mo wia o man no. O man si kanu eko. Nti se suku dan na epesensi no ye ntumi nsi. Nti no wama etumi say transfer all the big men omo. They were transferred. That put a shake-up into that system. And now actually Obia say, hey, my juma ya papa be wura sector. In this time, you know, no Obia to Obia sheni notebook mo, any accounts book mo. Say because you don't know when this man will come to your sector. And now or the anas principle ye juma. And look na nanado kasa or the be juma. Unfortunately, when to me I'm finding juma. At times the anas principle ye juma. Anas man of formation. And on one kasa sorry so. One kasa kanu say. You use that information to pay surprise visit to such institutions. That was the man we lost. Now, wabombo disusu, wachre continuity in the sense of N1 roader, omampenyuku for chassis. Obaye ni uwie juma no. Uwie juma no so da ebe bie N1 anu no. Wa from Mpensenmpensenmu for say brana enko bie wu na wo chassis. He's a unifier. Wachre ye say as politicians. But today what we see is that we chastise ourselves. Then when I die today, then tomorrow come and say, oh, Ashiamah Treso for say no ye juma. Why should it be so in the society of blacks?
So when they chastise you, when they criticize you, it means change what you are doing, change your ways. But you can do better. No. When you are no more, there is nothing to talk about for you to change again. What you did,
yes,
we take account. We concentrate on what you did.
Somewhere at the low side.
No, but
I agree, but somewhere at the low side. Because Nana Adodam Akufo-Addo say Professor Dulita. That one I agree with you. Do you get it right? That one I agree with you. But the one they did in Parliament, MPs, the cross it trend say onkonanko. Does that make sense? Does it make sense?
The cross trend.
Yes. That time now, they is still in Parliament.
Man, the cross.
Yes, time on money last State of the Nation's address. They show the cross with danger. Go and die. If you like, go to parliamentary. No more both video. That is how we did politics in those days. That is what I'm not saying. I'm not saying what is hearsay. It is what they did at the last State of the Nation's address on my year. And some year 2012. Around February, March.
Wow. Go and die.
Yes. I am telling you, I am not missing words.
I don't know with the cross, Mom.
Yes, I said I am not missing words. We have to ask them the type of, I said, we have to ask them the type of politics they were doing those days. We have to ask the MPP, members of parliament, not MPP as a whole party. But those who were in the chamber, they did it. You get me right. Today we are praising him. Today we are praising him. In that sense, make criticizing Anadwa. I use facts and figures. Who say enye. You get me right? Yes. So it is not about Nanado as a person.
But touch wood.
But his position.
If or Twan and no one said this is here. Nsema o kanfa no ho sesi a won kanfa no.
Why?
Me chere Nanado.
No, say Makachiro say adi ba ko Nanado ye amana ye me there. It's one district, one factory. But they mention the programs And the programs become so sweet to our ears, but they fail to implement. So that is why they say that good programs does not implement themselves. Okay. You need capacity and capability to do that. Now, about this Halabalu there, I will say I'm not interested. I am not interested. Because in our culture, Uba Mikruma Yesi, a whole swa a fumuti. Because who need baby see yeah. Do you get to that? In this me and me trini, me to me boo beya. And then you ho pre obese me na metro atomic history. Meanwhile, you are not a family member. This simple proverb no one tells you. A whole on swa fumuti. A tresa woni me see. Inti obi ni pa busiao. That is why I say I am not interested in this, and I will not be pulled into this. Yesterday there was a fundamental statement by John Dramani Mahama. Oh, see, having rehabilitated the place is good. We as NDC2 we are saying it is good. Said the place has been uplifted, but the only dent, and he said like the family, they should respect them to participate. Do you get it right? That is all. So the man is gone. Yeah, dear on samba. Mini mesrani say, ye sua de efa papai obra obe boy ye to me fan who say ombra me vice president. Osa coalition lucy ye onya botre amane dru ne so. Edru ne so. It was only one time. One time cry one we. But we were able to give him a name Asumdwe. Such names are not easy to come by. But Ghanaians ni na som say papa ye Asumdwe. May he so rest in peace.
All right.
Pato, me can be kakra. Kakra bi.
Na asan akofo no so.
Oh, da bi kakra bi. Ai me nua panyin na me di ne ho ya kakra.
What did I say?
Because you see many pa say or extol the achievements of Professor Mills. If you say the oye bia disagreements bia obia ni wa obetimi agina baby aka say papa na anye bibi amwa. Nti I was so happy. So kan niema opanyin ni ye e kai Ghana for or also the contribution to the state or the Republic Ghana. But maybe or the fire say Professor Doolittle na obi the cross at China so. Ya semua na ya dia o my Ghana ha e bia de san ko kan say yen hwe kwan a ye fa so ye in politics. Na eto da bia ye politics yo no eto sini.
But eventually Sano Kankusi.
Sano kan maintain sa.
Sano Kankusi.
Me maintain sa.
Sano
because the ono ne kan say MPP for kan bibi. E fa ne ho Edbo Oyenra Dambotwe din say oba parliament will be the cross no parliament
time or parliament and still there.
Okay.
Mankase or non kwane ye.
No, so boni din. Yes. But the me person me can be seen is a pato. The nan ka mesre me nua panyin ne say politics the ye ya when you buy them. Obia no obetimi aka say.
That's the beauty of it.
Yes, obia no obetimi aka say MPP for kansem sabi emu president Mahama na president Mills Hufin. Ebi enokre bi nya nokre is part of the politics. Obia nso ni ono nso ti a want me kan kire me say obi nkan bibi mfa president Kofi president Akufo-Addo. Nsem yawo de eti akoma sabi ene nyame mfa sa ma say president Kofi ni ho a NDC fo betimi aka no ho asema
Bonnie. Some betimi aka no ho asem
yes. Would they to say the opinion ka say ne ye ka no ho asempa no. Can NDC also say anything positive about it?
Let's make progress.
Now, lastly, see, it's imperative. See, a better kai who say, ye didn't come on. Means I may better now me kasa no. Me kasa was Sebia who Brasimo no or domu fi say, ya papa no dear IC piano, ya papa no. Me kai, lastly, President Akufo-Addo, who the journalist, Obekai, Uref is Africa Watch yeah magazine. At the buyer, or more the president Kufuado at Nampaso. So stage 4 cancer. Okay.
Yeah. No, we read all those.
No, more the socks. Ashan and the Ashan.
Nina, Africa Watch and NDC.
No, men can't say NDC.
No, but what I'm saying is that they continue person car.
So open say you delve into how NDC maybe. Open say you delve into how NDC came in and
what I'm saying is that some of these things, you know, Kadniama will say, you know, and one seven year at the end of the day, Okowia, the yeah, so bam for so near Kai.
Yeah, and nothing and
because to me, the entire young criticizing will be our core.
Yeah,
and it's an answer young can once and bonnie P. and say, dear, or one cow bit me as a free one. It's all called
Menun dear
and I. International say some of these things.
Pato, me no dear chinyo. Dear me can say ye nuanu mo hwe. E bia obi be fa tangent opanyi fa no. Dear me kan nyina ne say de obi ka fa no ho de obi an kan fa no. Ye nyina ye nyintu say obeboa o man. Na ye nyina ye nkoye.
De obe ono bomodin say obe nema ebeboa nipa mo. Say de be
of course, and they know they important. But ye nyai sa nema ne say e be kai say obi kan ho asem. Adwuma ye nyina ye de ho ahye me papa te hoyi. Adwuma odi ne ho ahye me obi be kan asem boni afa no ho
on the
17th no nema bi wo ha ye nyi sam oze
me say 17th of November 2021 building a sustainable entrepreneurial nation, fiscal consolidation and job creation.
Yeah,
and on a budget era kind of the theme of the buyer it 2022 yeah share say ebeboa ama Ghana samre na president e kase baby adru no Ghana ni bi amfa nsamre som samre e free covid mu eba no ni adade nyina ya mu modern se ebeboa ma man na timi afa no tuma pa afra abono aba bedru samre baby a aba bedru ne kind of rata finance minister also copal no ko chese de esika sem ntoto ye said o monsi abono de akokoduru said ye o say ye hwede yinya de nka wo se yinya niema na nka wo se ya ye ntimi anye kwan ya da ho de wo se yinyina ye na yetimi ebo modern na ye koyanim ntine ye twen se ebo be donko a yinyina ebe pebiete ni ahwese de niema esi eko ye expectations. To say that I try as much as possible to manage mine because whether I am no crew, the team no sana yedi any buya. Nti me hese beba na ibe hunu kwan be fa so a role I may play role obi be play be kaka ya. Kofi, I don't know what is running what the
I think the media review no adia ye nyina ye hwe animu afibia say the preceding year no the finance minister beba bekinkan oman ni nsikasam na ebedi ho nkomo ba bia ye hwe say afi eda ye nim no oman ni bedru nsikasam ho sika ebenya sika ye de beba oman no ho bra ne sa ne ma ni nyina no ye behwe ahwe say ye economy no enyini dru hin ehin ne ye hwe say besa enyina akọ se beba from be se be kosro yensi kasem efa inflation ho ade to an ye ton se ebo no be kosro na beba from ye hwe sa ne ma nyina ye fra bibi fiscal deficit se ye hwe ye expenditure near the call vis-a-vis against your revenue a ka beba be dantamu no etesen kwan be ne be so ano sa ne ma no na finance minister be gina omanpani anamu ene oman ni nyina che ba wa ye sa wie no bosomi nsia bosomi nson akire no esa wo ba na ne Ghana fo sa be di nkomo se nhyehyɛ ya wo di gu akwan mu no sebe anya bia ekwan a ana botaya wo di si wani so no eduru ho ana se fall short na se fall short a de nhyehyɛ na esa wo ye se aduru ho a de bi o na ebetimi kra ya aka ho eno ne ye frɛ no media review se ne be ya wo be ma Ghana fo hu ba bia ye gina ye bobre ene ba bia ye kɔ enti se finance minister be yes it is definitely in the right order typically no Ghana had the ehu nyina ne say afi bia no media review ba aban ne bibi a friend supplementary budget, which is to request for additional funding dodo na obeka say sika mi busa ye niema me hwehwe ye no me call ye niema me ye ni sa niema na nyina me free say sa aban sa soma sene kakra ka ho a ebeboa the expecting say afi we no aban sa me busa sika foforo bia bio emom aban ene Ghana fo be din komo say kwan ben na e bia loopholes a what system no mu kwan ben na e betimi akate rather the expenditure na yetimi anya apagya yen revenue no nso mu na yetimi aboa
nti be ka kire kwan a wafa so akate na nti na betimi aboa ya na
so no the aban ne dikan kan obeka ya aban ne dikan akate 30% so obeka ya nti aban still will look at ways a obetimi akate more waste in the system and na say nya ni nyina mpo na
and am ka say he is coming oba be kire template no na de to ho man the oba be kan kire na me say ye de anibu enim de oba kan sisi a and am ka say who expect to say oba kire yen what steps they have taken taking into consideration circumstances na ye wom no say bia oba ko further ana bia oba remind yen say the ye no the started say ye no mfaso abaso ni ana se bibisa
of course aban ni ye be di nkomo afa nhyehyɛ a yɛde gu akwan mu since November so what I say ba expenditure obamie hu say ye no ba bia ya bedru ni die bio da ben bio na ye say ya ka ho to further cut some expenditure because aban no nhyehyɛ ne say de me kan ye no ye hwɛ yen revenue ni ahwɛ yen expenditure ni ahwɛ gaba edem ese oya aban a wo hwɛ se obeti sa gaba no so as much as possible ye projected about 7% fiscal deficit aban be hwɛ se sa 7% ni mpo no obeti so ababi abe 6 point something percent so what I say enti sa niema no na aban ene ye bedi ho nkomo ye hwɛ revenue a ye de e-levy esi ye ni so aban ne Ghana fo bedi e-levy ho nkomo ahwɛ say revenue mobilization exercise a ye start ye see ye be fa electronic means apenya sika kakra no ehin na akoduro
people nkofo shase ka say yenya nkoba ya kan say ye levy no first date and second time and you expect to send ka buy that time no yenya anya hwebe 600 million na yenya less than 60 million people were saying say okay so then ye kwa MF there ye mu ye ningo so ye nyin free where do you expect them to touch on it
a buying say do I expect a buying to remove e-levy touch on
to say something about it say how the e-levy is doing
okay of course in fact data cry eba for the month of June say on say for the month of May there was attrition in e-levy you can't attrition at so tiba form in terms of the usage of e-levy I mean sorry of Momo osha data by ya otimu say Momo usage no asa pija no mu about 8% aban be kan nyina ho asem so what I say no kire say e-levy contribution a Ghana for ye no start to say a pija no mu so what I say but you said the whole kind no 60 million aban nya remember aban ready budget when November last year usually nka early 2022 no nanka enema pass it na move on but budget no as far as the e-levy side no when and the pass year
1st of April
yes e-levy crab be effective 1st of May so what I say until for almost 5 months no a buying projection ananka wa year say nka fast 5 months no obenya sika bi free e-levy no no wanya bosomi May no pe na abanya sika from the e-levy and abosumi June in so aden abeka ho so certainly aban target of 600 million no na nya dia obetimi aden edru because bosumi num sika na nko wo hwe dia abeka ho no wanya so but what they make
do you expect him say obey very obey can say the city
oh why not so a buy ya 60 million aban can say
no me e-levy nko ho asem ne said obi sia kana so say a toda of the picture he paints, and as I bind as a finance minister, ever how well the government has done near friends, and but to see and you who say and nearma aquacho kakra.
Okay.
Oh, per se. Do you expect him to bow? Beba can't say, nearma say na near fano, but say admissions and
the attorney say. And
yet,
Nena finance minister eba admiti bibia. Aban way for the longest time. Everyone say bosumi be 90. Abaya jiatum say eniema emu ayedin amagana for. Aban nim se petrol bu okosro. Aban nim se inflation kosro. Aban nim se cedi no ahoden ate abafom. Enti finance minister
Abanya kasen ko IMF.
Yes.
Abanya started engage IMF. From Baha Eko enom ne ade.
But say enokra no is a testament to the fact say aban timi mfa bibia nsie because aban na ono agina ne nan so ka say we will test homegrown policies. Ni ahwe kwan a ebetimi a raise revenue homegrown revenue.
I remember in 2021 budget today self-sustaining economy.
Of course.
What I say na yenim se sa na befa say bibia ye meka as a country and as a bibia finance minister ntimi anye ntina amana ntimi amasa ana aban na ntimi anye ntina amana amasa. Do you expect aban ne say through the finance minister
aban dey say aban kan say aban
me yesen kam yesi ba mati.
Oh na say aban agiatum dada the mere fact
say aban say COVID ni Ukraine.
Enya aban na say COVID and Ukraine.
So that is
IMF nso say COVID and Ukraine.
So aban people also think that Unsen Kofi and Richard for finance minister.
Mini pato say no I say what they may call around.
That baby am do gina me. No me be saw asem nya dey me pesa woka.
Okay.
Me be saw na waka. Nya dey me pesa woka. That nya dey me pesa woka na beka. People feel Kofi fan say finance minister. The modern one answer any plus Ukraine COVID. Osi baby I do no nya dey so be resign because we are a jack now we feel no problem by unyani nyauma.
Except finance minister, a finance minister now onye eno no omanpanyin na what the sole prerogative to take that decision. Send your no cracker say on resign no omanpanyin say massa step down, he will step down. The bottom line is this. Ghana fo nyina wa hohihia mu including me amete here, including omanpanyin, including me panyin ote, including wo. It is a finance minister ne Ghana for me ba just and soon sineme. It is a finance minister and Ghana for be din command. Eso ne Ghana for din enkomo wo no kremu. There should be no shred of ambiguity anywhere, none whatsoever. Esi and Ghana for din no kre say baby a oman no ye free bani, baby a ya bedru ni kwan say ne ye fa so a ye be free ahohihia ye omu. So I expect the finance minister to come and discuss the true state of the economy, to be sincere. Because I would no cry, Sanu credit ni muno, and I bet me nya kwan pa o faso. Sanu credit ni muno, and a Ghana for be mount the requisite support I will hear a bemo wetimi akowanim. So the finance minister be jina hone Ghana for akasa. I expect sincerity, I expect honesty, I expect truth. I expect the true state of the economy. And ya Ghana buying eka. IMF aka esisu people say baby a Ghana you're finding yourself in right now and Africa as a whole is because of two things. One, the COVID impact, and two, the Russia-Ukraine war. Omakano emphatically. Of course.
In fact, IMF Crumpo they say it's still lingering. Almost say the lingering pandemic.
Of course. Enti enon chere say the aren't shocks in the economy are natural to the economy. I know they but the impact in sunso as anyama we mienu de buy no. Apeja aman bebre ahwe wonya African kwa. Ah ye nyina ye nim.
That's I know. The internet ask me call in circles. Me say I was said, and I can also expect sincerity. Sincerity includes what we didn't do until I'm not shocked. No, I can't more.
Of course,
we should
because
discuss those
pato to you. O minor yes, no. as who say we run an open economy, about 80% of what we consume a free abonting and ever. The enka ese Ghana ye by now and they say yet me reduce that import dependency, you know. Bia to bear say 50% or 30%, ideally. And see aban bia our responsibility in as far as the space or the current state Ghana economy finds itself. Say ye extremely dependent on foreign goods and services. So no obianti mean kase Ghana buying any responsibility.
Right.
Ghana buying what responsibility. By a choir all fast so manages our responsibility no. Any sunsanswa ubenya any or how be a free baby a bar a beer one year then one for what journey and susu. That's the issue. Enti Ghana economy there. Obian who bet me agina baby akase Ghana economy was so perfect. And a BB best no. Ghana economy if free sing. By in the process,
how responsible were we as a people? How responsible was government
in terms
taking
of,
into consideration? I can see in him say, "Your economy no, kesiapa no, more free baby, even your budget. The ebeba kind of home it me, and we are one no, it free man on it and eba." Said you see, boy, bra, ewoha, were we responsible enough?
The data shows.
Okay,
we can look at the data. And let's look at the data. Okay. Let's look at inflation rate before 2020 COVID by. Let's look at growth rate. Let's look at agriculture rate of growth. Let's look at the service industry. Let's look at industrialization. Let's look at interest rate. All these indicators were in the positives.
Why wouldn't my Ashiamah mom show?
Argentina na oka inflation rate. Other than that, the oka inflation rate.
Is
inflation? No, we are journalists. Who person catch them say for the last so many months, you don't inflation. Of course, that's the point I'm making. The point is, inflation, even though it's a figure, because inflation is a reflection of our pockets. It is an inflation. Conforma is a reflection. A cost is a reflection. Either way, it's a reflection. It is a baby. Ye drew baby. Ye nyina ye who say inflation because last year as of this time na finance minister read the budget. Inflation was about 9% last year. And then inflation is 29%.
Well, last year I remember it was about 10.1%.
Okay, I said 10% in part and then 29%. It tells you say bibi sonku bi aye den esi abanji tum say bibi sonku esi. Then aban ye and on a finance minister na ye be di onkomo. Me expecting so say a binding shisha bi begu akwan mu a ebeboa ma akushin Ghana for kakra se na be ya mo dada sitinam no emu be me amom
asempate sofo and ye hwe by one finance minister Kano Furiata ye hwe de or the ebabetu yanim.
You read the theme of last year's budget.
Last year's budget theme no
or this year's budget.
Last year then yeah.
No, this year's budget.
This year's
November
they will say theme here building a sustainable entrepreneurial nation. Okay. Fiscal consolidation and job creation. That was the DB 2022.
Entrepreneurial, fiscal consolidation, and job creation. So even if you look at the team, you ask yourself whether we have passed. Those are some of the things. I want to say, Ube Chro, very good essay. It is not winding through things. You pick at on one gaza netinasio. I say, way na meye. Yes, even COVID has passed, and also way na meye. So looking at the team on
this preceded the citizens' budget.
Oh yeah, Minister of Finance no need way buy. Ono na kita sika ni nyina wo kuruma. Ana enyo ono. E na o hwe say na me yusu mi sika no afa. Ama ya nya ho fa so. E na afi no mumum na niam atia jija. Ndi we di na person that we don't eat yesterday. We dindra. And then I eat. You didn't. We don't eat yesterday today. Do you get to that?
We don't eat.
We don't eat yesterday. We eat today. You get it right.
But the Adrian and Ranny didn't know.
Missy Yendindra.
So we
Yeti Hanu Yendindra.
So what
Sendra we are one did that to the trade.
One didn't drive, we had 12 Sunday, who's you be dinner then.
Na me se de edua ne nra no so yetimi di.
Enu na wo hu no ma team no na amfa. Ni odua ne nra no, e kire se according to say what do abrabro na afifiri. These are some of the things. So in a mid-year budget, when we talk, MPP for because say, oh, you are saying this, you are saying this, you are this. But we have been under reckless expenditures in this country. Under Ken Oforiatta. Very reckless. So everybody was suffering. And then very reckless management of institutions. So everybody is doing whatever he or she likes. And very reckless accountability. Who can say, you know, say, who are you? Who's a jar you? You are killing us. You sikai ba unsem you suni. Pato. Bisan who say, senka abain we ya bain bia. Auditors edi report base. Taxes ayaji akogu Okaishi Commercial Bank 52.5 billion. Echo unknown sources no. Inka besin den kan ba be ka bibia nkyere. Inka ban emba be ka bibia nkyere. You could have come because 52.5 billion eska kitwa. Ba yetimu samu se obi amia na no na yenko. Se na minia e kan say MPP for the omu no mu pese mu kire o se nea obekasa okroma. Mimi hear me submission. What did I say against MPP? Tell my make atamu so asem. Things that I said, didn't they say it? Who say maminka? As if they want to dictate the pronouncement in this country. If you are reckless, let's say it. If I'm also reckless, let me say it. Or if you can say it. What is your opinion? Yankan obituary. Obibiza is a den ebeka o mampenyi kufo. Wewu. Wa na person mampenyi kufo mu. Oh, what is the opinion we are can obituary? Chale, MPP for mama nya asun. This shameful government I think time bia yesora no pa bekasa. The finance minister is coming. What is he coming to say? Let me tell you, there are some reckless expenditures over here. Let me give you some of them. Go to budget. Their flagship project, Appendix 6. Or see, Infrastructure for Poverty Eradication Program. 1,024,650,000. What is that? Unim ne omudi saskanu ye. Omuma saskanu sa. Omusi if you wake development authorities 1 billion something. What are they doing? What are those people doing? So our open budget all these useless sectors. So they are drawing money day in, day out. They are useless because we have to see value for money as a nation.
Development authorities, a friend saying code, from the coda.
Yes.
Costa renovate
From the time they established them, mention the project that they have done apart from this one. Mention. Is it not reckless?
Almost our cars and kitchen binuma when they as a funny part 2 cars and as a taxi.
So what is the work of Ministry of Trade and Industry in this country? So those are the duplication of efforts and dissipation of nations' resources. That is what we are talking of value for money.
No kind of complementary.
Please, that is a reckless way.
So
it is a reckless,
very
reckless. I did value for money as a cost. What is the impact? If you have somebody who has, as the head of Ministry of Trade and Industry and other sectors, do you know that trade fair was under Ministry of Trade and Industry and they were working? So if you have that sector under Ministry of Industry, can they work? Now you went and created another sector. And then people are drawing money, workers are drawing money, and they will tell you they are creating employment. Meanwhile, the money that should go into economic development, and
workers are drawing money, they are being paid now.
Yes, when they create, Mamin Kanchero, near Kenoforiata off on Niswaye, Bonia Wadi. They created budget for this development authorities, northern, middle, coastal. Do you get to that? Then you move on again. You have a program like infrastructure for poverty and development authorities. They were taking 1.9 billion Ghana cedis. Do you get me right? Then you come back again for infrastructure for poverty eradication, 1.024 billion. So you see that they have created sectors, among for they will just be drawing the state's money, and because it is in the budget, what are you going to say? That is what brought us to this useless and disgraceful position as a nation. In the social media, you can't even foreign ones news. You can't countries I be default here. You country a Ghana woman for. That is the state that MPP is living Ghana today. That is our state. We become very shameful people all along. Now, you talk about regional reorganization. A regional reorganization. And then you give them how much? 210 million. What is regional reorganization doing? What is regional reorganization? After creation of the region, disband that ministry so that we save money. Disband it. What is it doing? What is it doing? He's taking 210 million. School. And then you have Minister of Finance supervising that. Supervising that dissipation. And you think money will not finish. You see, and thought is issue. And tossa, your brain a bread, a man for 3 tax, and a binding. Then you move on to business development. Minister of Business Development. And on Usukwa, now I offer 15,525,000. Business what are they developing? Why this duplication of effort? And the reckless expenditures. I must say, they created it. They created, and they are, what is the impact? Can you tell me the impact of the business development ministry? Can you tell me today?
Okay, so you expect the finance minister so
yes.
Obana.
No, me expectation. No, Baba Beka different thing.
No, but they are obubosi. Okase almost the way by, almost way by, almost all these things you've mentioned. Do you expect him so Obana? How helpful they have been?
He cannot tell me how helpful. I'm an educated person in this economy. Say business development, I create be work room. Me call social media same. When he tell me, he will even be telling lies the more. He has created. We are monitoring what he has created. Do you get me right? So he will come and tell you that that is good. But I'm telling you that it is not good. Like reorganization, regional reorganization. If you create region, why do you have to have a ministry there and be taking money from the state coffers? You need regional coordinating council. You need local government. We don't have them. So you create sub institutions. Na sikana na omuji. Sikana baza ensa. These are some of the things that we are looking at. And then upon all these things, Omuangasa the ombe review no me I will not mention it. No be ka send this for na eka. Say okon ebusi eye straight wa hondi woman. And just swa na man na nko. Me see Omuangasa ombe ba be ka na eka.
Also person mention.
Me say Nema esa hadwini say. He's not monitoring the financial sector. Say na Nema esiko. Institutions are not working. Is intervention free for all. Recklessly free for all. Obiaye ni ope. One time amudi the Ghana Integrity Report survey no edibaye. Do you see how it is? That tells you that the institutions are not working. So it is hard that the cry in Kamuba with your competent pronunciation, we expect to see a better change. But how can we sit down? Say in the year 2021 and at 2020, financial irregularities in the government sector to the tune of 12.8 billion Ghana cedis. Ya kasa mini ati ntokra ko tina baby ya kasa fa. Only for us to see in 2021 report say 5 billion as have come. Acquire 17 billion. And you think it is a joke. What can't I go and ask how much government owns the contractors? If that 5 billion cannot solve some of the problem. So institutions are not working. If you wake up, you should wake up.
Institutions bit is
all the government institutions are not working. Say catch say ko passport or corruption ho, ye nim say o ho dada. Do get me right? But it is still there. Uba no catch say obi ye incompetent and unti na ho. Na say ye worse. What do you want me to say? Say ye worse because Muhammad time go and check the financial mismanagement and do 2 billion. I'm telling you.
Say
around 1.4.
And I say
17 billion. Can you imagine?
Oh, can't Auditor General's report.
Yes, that is what I'm telling you. Go and check. Go and check. So from 1.4 billion, and today you are in 17 billion financial irregularities. Then you ask whether we have people. My brother, what I am really doing a very, very critical analysis.
So what I am, this is the amendment I said I'm catch. Say mama pens.
Yeah, point make catch o trim. Mami ye ma brofo de no wi.
That be abrofo say ye twi program say me
ya brofo say. And one thing ye work how you get to that. You see, twi ye krom kasa I accept. But it is long time for us to speak in a language that we used to go and borrow money.
So that is true. But what
some people who don't no, wait. People who don't understand the language that we use to borrow money. Wait, I respect you. Please, I beg you. It is time for those who did not understand the language that we use to borrow money to learn. So that when we are speaking, we don't do elementary analysis.
So this is not elementary.
This is what I've shown you that in Muhammad time, financial irregularities was around 1.4 billion. The 1.4 billion say obiadio ayira. Do you get it right? In then moving from 1.4 billion, Yabedru saying 17 billion. Doesn't it cause concern?
Okay, so
this is what we are talking about here.
All right.
So people who please let me land my ukasami share time. So you realize that the situation in which we are today, the finance minister is the problem. But he said he will not go. I don't care whether the uncle sacks him or not. Because we are all in that sinking boat. We are in it together. And we are going. It is our hope, Senka. We are building the future for our children. But do MPP people have to talk today? They promise us they will not go to IMF. But today they are there. And even you see, the homegrown strategy, Oman prepared the idea. If they were to prepare the homegrown strategies, in IMF for buy, now the IMF is calling them to prepare. Look at the difference of common sense. Time Mahama Bekono, they called Ghanaians to go and build a homegrown program at Senchi. Now these people are going to IMF without any program. So now that they are calling them to go, meanwhile they will stand on symposiums as we are going with homegrown. Where is your homegrown program? We want to see the homegrown program that you are sending, so that we as Ghanaians and citizens of this country too, we will analyze. Because Mamin Kanchero said, Mahama IMF for Koenu, the amount that came to Mahama's hand before he left power was $340 million. The rest of the money, about 900 and this thing, Ankombe Manu. Nina banana do mereso.
There be no more 1 billion. Yes.
And I mean, I said 900 and something. That is the whole amount.
47.
That's right. That is the whole amount.
300. They back up 400 and 547.
And I mean, I said the whole amount was around 900 and something. And yeah,
all right. Okay.
You get to right. So therefore, you've collected all these monies, and you see that your growth was getting down from 18 in 2017 to 6.2 in 2018 to 6.5 in 2019 to 0.4 in 2020. You say COVID, fine. So this is the way on one kasano. Kenufureta. Ye who say a problem. All people for say on no problem. But if it's coming, you should look at their flagship programmer.
How they have impacted on us.
And how it has impacted on us. Okay. Watch a video. Nurses for pray biane. One video na omu pray biane.
Some girls we share green. We from nurse.
Yes. As a woman man, and they ba me fa onko. One no ye one line. Omu no ye first year. So that is it.
Pato, you see, many opinion at different platforms. This is not the first time.
Please tell him. You see that I want to be very respectful to him. The way he's doing, tell him to respect. You see, when you make your comments, I didn't say anything. He's trying to be very disobedient. Tell him.
Pato,
I am saying what is on the ground.
This is the first.
What is your problem?
This is not the first time opinion ISRD.
Yeah.
One, Auditor General's report, Pato, what you are saying? First of all, Auditor General's report, 12 billion now, it's a period of 2015 to 2020. It talks about cash irregularities, tax irregularities.
It is not 2015.
Me say 2015 to 2020.
No.
It was a 5-year period.
No.
And no. Auditor General did a report and was say buying tax irregularities, cash irregularities, any other to say rent, loans, civil servants, now constituted 12 billion within a period of 2015 to 2020.
No. It is annual report. Auditor General's report is annual. You don't know. Let me tell you.
What are you talking about?
Auditor General's report is annual.
I don't know how
you don't take it.
Auditor General.
Do you know what is trying to do? The auditors are some American or commercial bank. That one is from 2015.
I don't know how Mamin Kasa.
No, Auditor General's report. Please know what you are mentioning. You should know the document you are mentioning.
Let me talk.
You should know the document.
Auditor General does annual reports. But the 12 billion you are referring to, 2020, Auditor General's report, irregularities about 2 billion. The whole space, from 2015 to 2020, 12 billion. And cash irregularities, tax irregularities, rents, and other loans civil servants. Any other contract irregularities. The crack say, time I back up public accounts committee, now auditor, let me talk. It is not money lost. It is not money lost. Stop peddling falsehood. It is not money lost.
What did Auditor General tell you about 2021?
It is not true. Pato, time I back up public accounts committee, about 80% of that money have been recovered. 80%.
Where is it in the
now
report?
He talks about 50
where
billion.
Is it in
now
in
he talks report? About 50 billion. Pato, let me explain the 50 billion.
This is it. Irregularities swallow 12.8 billion of public funds. Auditor General's report. The 2020 Auditor General's report has uncovered that as of time of compiling this report, total irregularity for the period stood at 12.8 billion. This included converted into cities or more but 2020, 2020.
No. And not 2020. This is not 2020. It is not 2020. No, the report doesn't. Pato, the report. I have the 20.
This is what the report is.
No. It is wrong. You can go ahead and read it because you can go. No. Report and got it wrong because I have the 2020 report.
And 2021 is 17 billion.
It is not true. It is not
but
true.
We are managers for the
economy. It is not true.
We are managers. The
50 billion you talked about is not true. What are you talking about?
You see,
It's not true.
These are the administrators of the economy.
I have the 2020 report. It's not true.
Very reckless minister with a reckless government,
2020.
with a shameful face.
It's not true.
MVP what goes on to say, it's your friend saying store irregularities or can store irregularities. So see, it included the sum of 11.59 million. It was issued in 2014 to 20.
Asambena, Mr.